The movie begins with a Russian theater performers couple captured by a group of Nazis in Russia. The Nazis drag the couple near a cliff, asking them to perform for them before they pull the trigger. But the Nazis are not easily amused by the imitation of their leader Hitler, and the soldiers are ready to pull the trigger and kill the performers. Although a bullet hits them one by one, the Nazis fall to their demise by a lone soldier with an almost perfect aim that shoots all the Nazis to save the performers. The lone soldier appears to scavenge the corpse of the Nazis for bullets and other supplies to last the harsh cold weather of Russia and leaves. Meanwhile, a group of Russian partisans fights the Nazi forces while traveling. The other members die and get sick due to Russia's harsh cold weather. While traveling, Pops finds a young man shivering beside a tree in the middle of the snow. Pops and Kostya order the young man to put his hands up and bring out all his belongings. But after making sure that he is a Russian and has no bad intentions, they bring him along for an extra pair of hands. After some time, Pops and Kostya return to their small camp where Vera, the sergeant, and lieutenant are staying while treating Kolya, the husband of Vera. After resting for some time, they continue their journey to find another temporary camp and to rescue some Russian survivors while fending off some of the small forces of the Nazis. While walking the snowy roads of Russia, they can't help but notice the frostbitten people beside trees before reaching a tall old ruin, where they nurse Kolya. But unfortunately, while they are all talking about their plans while smoking, Kolya dies without the others noticing except Vera. Everyone mourns with her for losing Kolya before meeting their baby. The following morning, the Nazis find the corpse of the killed Nazi, and they sum up the total deaths for over a month by 60 plus and counting. Braun, the commander of Nazis in a local area in Russia, surveys the area alongside Klein, a high-ranking soldier. At the tall old ruins, Pops wakes up everyone and orders them to be ready to move once more to another location. They then survey a nearby area, previously a sauna place, to warn people from Russia. Little did they know, there was a trap set by the Nazis wherein they prepared a delicious meal at the table. Still, it was poisoned, and 4 soldiers who had taken a bite from it died from that poison the last few weeks. The sergeant almost fell for the trap, but luckily Kostya prevented another death from the team. Pops arrived to prevent the two from clashing as Sergeant thought Kostya was jealous of Sergeant for finding some food. After the arrival of the Nazis, they prepared their materials and chopped off some wood to experience the sauna while investigating the red ghost. Klein then proudly shows Braun the poisoned food at the table that he prepared to kill the hungry Russian partisans in the area. Meanwhile, Pops and the others notice noises coming from the sauna. A sergeant appears out of nowhere to alert them that there are 30 plus Nazi soldiers and tells them to rescue Vera. Pops and the group silently return, observing from afar using binoculars. They hear a gunshot from inside but notice that the Nazis shot a pig for their meal. While they are still watching the sauna, Vera, on the other hand, accidentally makes a rustling sound that causes a soldier to notice her hiding spot in the wooden crate. Braun orders the soldier to fetch and translate for Vera as she only speaks Russian. Braun, Klein, and the soldier ask Vera what her agenda at the sauna is and if she knows anything about the red ghost that killed multiple Nazi soldiers. The soldier helps translate the conversation for everybody and allows Vera to answer correctly as if he's protecting her. Still, she does not know anything about the red ghost. Although Klein looks beneath the beds to see if she is telling the truth. Klein discovers a pair of clothes and a picture of Vera and Kolya. She begs for mercy as her baby is about to go out, but Braun and Klein show no mercy and hit her multiple times before dragging her outside before she meets her end. Meanwhile, the Nazi soldiers outside notice Vera and immediately play music to cover her screams. They focus on cooking the food and surveying the area for possible threats. Klein points his pistol at Vera and takes his time to smoke before handing the gun to the soldier and ordering him to shoot her instead. But as soon as the soldier points the pistol toward Vera, a bullet pierces his head. In contrast, the lieutenant and the others head forward silently to back up whoever is shooting. To their surprise, the one that shot the bullet is no other than the red ghost. Where they immediately help by disarming multiple Nazi enemies. They cannot believe they finally found the red ghost but at the wrong time when they are resting after a long journey. In the meantime, Vera hides in stacked hay behind the sauna to avoid getting shot by the enemies. Braun gets lucky as he then spots the red ghost. Still, unfortunately, he remembers that he is unclothed and without any weapons beside him. Red Ghost, alongside Pops and his group, continues to corner the Nazis using their guns and wits as the battle continues. Regardless of being outnumbered, the Russian partisans pushed through. They defeated the Nazis with the help of the Red Ghost. However, Klein falls and hits his chin while escaping to a rock, making him faint for some time. Pops and his gang notice no longer moving enemies or any noise coming from the sauna. The Russian partisans are distracted by thinking that they defeated all of them. They forget that Braun is still in the sauna, where he escapes by making a hole in the backside of the building and running away toward the fields. They all settle down at the sauna again. As soon as they rest and celebrate their success in driving out the Nazis, Vera feels uneasy as the baby is about to give birth. Pops orders the others to prepare warm water and towels to ease Vera's baby delivery. Pops assures her that he knows how to assist a woman about to give birth. He helps her by telling her to push while making her breathe slowly and comparing it to pooping. After a series of screaming and pushing, Vera's birth is successful. Pops cuts the umbilical cord with a heated knife. Pops and the others calm down and continue to eat their meal and rest as they feel that a fight is coming after they kill Klein and Braun's squad. Outside the building, Klein fakes his death and leaves after noticing Pops and his squad is all inside, distracted by the newborn baby. Meanwhile, on the other side of the snowy fields, Braun is running away from the sauna, wearing a woman's clothing. He lost his uniform during the fight at the sauna. Later, one of the Nazi commanders, alongside his troops patrolling a nearby area, spots Braun running at the field without his uniform while holding a rifle. He informs the Nazi commander that he is one of them. He explained that he was Braun, a commander of the Nazi troops, and they encountered some Russian partisans alongside the Red Ghost that annihilated his troops without a sweat. But when the Nazi commander asks Braun how many enemies are in the sauna, he tells him that there are 5 enemies with 1 Red Ghost. The Nazi commander laughs at him and orders his troops to back him up, return to the sauna, and capture or kill the Russian partisans and the Red Ghost. Meanwhile, back at the sauna, the Red Ghost wakes up, grabs his sniper rifle alongside some bullets, and steps outside to prepare for an upcoming confrontation with Braun and his comrades. Pops then remembers a story that the Red Ghost has a good sense of when the Nazis are arriving, even from afar. They then prepare their weapons as they suspect the Nazi troops are near. They all gather and go into position to protect the sauna and order some of their men to guard Vera and her baby. Kostya, Pops, Sergeant, and Lieutenant cover every corner of the sauna. Regardless of being outnumbered, they bravely protect the areas for the sake of their motherland to drive out the oppressors. Finally, the Nazi arrives at the sauna. Braun and the Nazi commander order his troops to secure the area and to find the Red Ghost and the Russian partisans. They slowly approach the sauna. Some crouch and some walk slowly. Pops and his troops are waiting for them while staying hidden at every corner of the sauna, ready to attack the enemy at any moment. As soon as the Nazis reach the entrance of the sauna, they bring out the bomb squad, which deploys several grenades at the sauna to kill the Russian partisans instantly. But Pops and his team adapt from their bombing pattern where they easily avoid it. After the barrages of bombs, the lieutenant sets his machine gun to shoot the enemy front lines that are getting closer, while Sergeant shoots the enemy from the sides with his rifle to stop the enemy's advance toward the sauna. After trading blows with each other, the Nazis overpowers Pops and his squad as the Nazi arrives in great numbers regardless of their efforts to defeat them with their tactics. Soon after, the Red Ghost appears from the flanks and picks them off one by one with his weapon stash of a sniper rifle, hand grenades, and knives. Pops and his group gain more confidence that they will win as the Red Ghost appears to help them take down the Nazis. The enemies then get too confident that the Red Ghost is just a fluke. Still, they are immediately hit by his fast bullets, and he uses his wits to outsmart many enemies. It proves he can do the impossible by wiping almost half of the Nazi forces at the sauna. Unfortunately, some Nazi reinforcements jump from above and hit the lieutenant's jaw with the end of a rifle that dislocates his jaw. Pops gets shot by a soldier, thus enraging Kostya to kill his acting father. Meanwhile, the sergeant tackles the Nazi reinforcement and punches him till he cannot move anymore. While Sergeant finds a random vodka on the ground and immediately drinks it, and shouts, "This is my home." Afterward, he returns to Lieutenant and shoves the bottle of vodka at his mouth after fixing his dislocated jaw. He grabs a rifle and kills all the remaining enemies. At the same time, the vodka serves as his potion, making him feel powerful regardless of being shot. The Nazi reinforcement pushes through more, but the lieutenant sacrifices himself by tackling the enemy, holding a hand grenade, and letting it explode into his body. The sergeant notices the explosion, but he eventually falls into the hands of Braun. Finally, Braun is the only Nazi to survive as he faces the Red Ghost. They both agree to hand combat, where the Red Ghost throws some punches while utilizing the things around him. Braun pins him down and almost defeats him, but the Red Ghost then grabs a nearby sharp wood and stabs Braun in his guts to finally end the attack of the Nazis. The movie ends with Klein appearing from the back of the sauna, where he has been hiding all along. He shoots the injured Red Ghost and ends the story of the legendary Nazi killer. Fortunately, Kostya shoots him while he boasts and shouts that he is the one that killed the Red Ghost. After a few days, another city is attacked by the Nazis where the Russian theater performer couple is staying. The Nazis interrogate innocent Russians about the whereabouts of the Red Ghost. The male performer provokes the Nazis to protect his fellow innocent Russians. Thankfully, a stray bullet hits the Nazis one by one. To everyone's surprise, Kostya is the new red ghost that continues his legacy to seek revenge for killing his friends. He walks away after collecting all the necessary items to survive Russia's harsh cold weather. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this to help the channel out. Have a nice day.